everyone, and welcome to another edition of Incoming here on the YouTube. That's the word. I was going to go that metal station, but that's a radio show. This is indeed the Psychosin Project channel with your host Psychosin here, and today we're going to be reviewing the upcoming new album Downfall of Mankind from Brazilian thrash group Nervosa. Now, before we go any further, I just want to apologise to those who watched my Kitty Origins review a couple of weeks ago, well, last week, sorry. Apologies for the sound on the video parts of that. Basically, being the idiot that I am, I forgot to turn the microphone off on the camera, so it was just a microphone here. So, you know, you wouldn't believe I've been doing this for about 5-6 years now, would you? Professional. Anyway, let's get into this. Let's give this band a listen, give this album a listen. It's their third album. Is it any good? Does it stand up to everything else they've released? And are they a thrash band worthy of your time? Well, let's give it a go. Downfall of Mankind is Brazilian thrash metal band Nervosa's third album, and for this album they've really teamed up with producer Martin Foyer, who's worked with Destruction, Flotsam and Jetsam, and Evil Invaders, and also toured with the band as a sound engineer, so he knows what they sound like live and does his best to try and bring that across on the album. Now, this is my first time listening to Nervosa, and after listening to this, I can say that they really do deserve to be up there in this kind of new wave of thrash as part of the, if we have another big four of new thrash, to be up there with Revile, Gamma Bomb and Power Trip, because this is amazing. Why this band aren't bigger, at least here in England anyway. I don't know how big they are in America or anywhere else, but they are absolutely awesome. Sort of going the much heavier route to thrash. Kind of think Arch Enemy, but gain the more straightforward thrash route than the melodic death metal route. You're kind of getting your sound for what Nervosa sound like. It's very much an extreme thrash sound. Anyway, that's enough about the sound. What's the album like? Well, as I said, it's my first time listening to them, so I'm not going to be able to compare it to any previous albums. However, this is absolutely awesome. There's only a couple of songs on here that slightly drag the album down because they kind of go nowhere, maybe a little bit too long, but really, consider Nervosa as, I suppose, the slayer of the new wave of thrash metal that's coming out. I think that's the best way I can put it. Kicks off with a bit of a moody intro, as these band albums do, that are influenced by 80s thrash, and then starts with a massive scream, like a horrifying sort of guttural scream that again may bring to mind Raining Blood by, not Raining Blood, sorry, Angel of Death by the aforementioned Slayer, and we get into the song Horror Dome, which is just a pile driver of riffs and heaviness. Then we have the single Never Forget, Never Repeat, which is absolutely awesome, another avalanche of riffs. Then you get Enslave, which is an interesting one because this is a song that is not only heavy as all hell, but also the chorus will get stuck in your head. In fact, I've still got it stuck in my head about 10-11 tracks later. And then we get out some more songs. As I said, there's a few songs that maybe let the album kind of down a little bit. Vultures isn't as great as you would hope. It's 4 minutes long. Could have probably been 3 minutes with no problems. Raise Your Fist starts with about a minute of spoken word intro of all these revolutionaries such as Martin Luther King, etc. You get this sort of feeling behind the song as being a bit of a revolution song, but unfortunately, even though live it will probably be absolutely slay as a live tune, on the album it just slightly lacks the punch that you're hoping for. Then we get to Cultura de Estepuro, I think that's how it's pronounced. Apologies for how I pronounce these songs, because I'll be honest, I don't speak Brazilian or Portuguese even, or whatever language I speak there. I think it's Portuguese, and so obviously my pronunciation of the names of some of the songs, and indeed some of the band, well, in fact all of the band, looking at the lineup, is not going to be the best. But yeah, we get to that song, and that's a good one. I'm guessing possibly a cover. Then we get to the bonus track, which is Selfish Battle. This has got to be a cover. Unfortunately, the press release doesn't actually tell me whether it's a cover, but this has clean vocals on it. Now, I'm not 100% sure who's doing the clean vocals, but whoever they are, they have a very much a touch of Doro to their vocals, it has to be said. You've also got guests from bands such as Ratos de Power, you've got Yao Gordo, I think is how you pronounce it, Rodrigo Olivieri from Causeless, and Michael Gilbert from Flotsam and Jetsam. being the band that Metallica got one of the guitarists from, whose name has gone out of my head. And before people get on me, let's face it, I'm not a Metallica fan, you should know this by now. But anyway, as I said, throughout, the band is absolutely on top form. Fernanda Lira, again, apologies for the pronunciation, absolutely slays it with her vocals at some points where some points she actually sounds a bit like Max Cavalera in old school Sepultura, and some points it feels like she may not have her vocal cords by the end of this album, let alone the end of the song you're listening to. Then you've got Pico Morale on guitars, bringing some absolutely superb guitar lines and solos into there while doing backing vocals. And Luana D'Ameto, who literally, this could very well be the next Dave Lombardo we have here. Just in the drumming, because it's got that really awesome kind of, at any point could just come completely off the rails kind of drumming that always gives that sense of danger to thrash. So all in all, what did I think of Nervosa's new album, their third album, Downfall of Mankind? Well, as I said, apart from those couple of tracks that slightly bring it down, well worth your time, well worth your money. As I said, some of these songs, in fact all these songs would probably slay even more in a live setting, but on the album, still very much worth a listen. Gets a 4 out of 5 from me. As I said earlier, if you miss old school Sepultura, or you're wishing that Arch Enemy, like a fan of Arch Enemy, but sometimes you wish they would just go the straight for thrash route, I think this could very well be the band for you. So there you have it, that is what I thought of Downfall of Mankind by Nervosa. It is released on the 1st of June on, I believe, Napalm Records. Let me just double check that. Yes, Napalm Records. Very much worth your time. Like I said, 4 out of 5 from me. So make sure you go check that out. Thank you very much for checking out the video. Feel free to like, share and subscribe. If you do subscribe more, get notifications for videos, make sure you click on the bell next to the subscribe button as well to get notified. And I'll try and get at least one video up every week, even when I'm working. Also, that kind of depends on what gets released and when. But apart from that, thank you very much for watching. Also, feel free, if you want to become a patron, the link is indeed below me right now. And also, feel free to check out my radio show, the Psychosin Project, every Sunday from 2 PM GMT. That's 9 AM EST on thatmetalstation.com. Until next time, see you later.
Drawn to flame, I turn to face it.